to me, the tree of life is what we are anyway, before we even pursued knowledge, like our intuition, like being in the flow state, as science might call it today. Um, and the tree of knowledge is not even necessarily a bad thing. I don't, they call it the tree of life and death. The thing is, they also call the snake the prince of lies. And I think that's where knowledge is, can be. So if knowledge is a computer program, lies are the virus, right? It's what makes the program not operate optimally. Um, and so I think knowledge is kind of like that too. It's like a computer program, but it's infected with a lot of lies. And that's why we fall from the tree of life, because we start to almost worship our knowledge, or give more, we weigh more of our life energy into our knowledge versus just living and being life and enjoying life. And I think that that is like the merger with God, co-creating with God is just being the creature that the creator created, um, versus I think the lie, the most crucial lie, and of course people might interpret, or um, what's the word, translate from the original Greek scripture or whatever. They might translate this differently, but I know there's a lot of translations that interpret what the Prince of Lies said as, "Don't you want to be like God?" As the way to persuade them to eat from the fruit of the tree of knowledge. And it's like that's where the lie was. The lie was in that slick way of wording that question, because we could have just said, "I'm already like God. Like I'm a creature of the Creator," and that in and of itself is eating from the tree of life. But the trick was, do you want to be like God to know good and evil? And then we eat that. Now we have knowledge, but the knowledge is infected with the Prince of Lies, and now it's this double-edged sword of doubt, right? We doubted our union and our uh, personal connection with God, our literal merger with God in life itself. We doubted that. We fell from the Garden of Eden, whatever you want to call that, from heaven, really. But doubt is the double-edged sword, because when we start to doubt our knowledge, we're going to get rid of all the lies, because the truth of it, the truth within our knowledge, it's not that knowledge is bad. The truth within our knowledge is just a tool. It's a technology that we can use for whatever we want. But as long as we doubt all of it, that's why it's important to be skeptical. Doubt all of it. Lies require your mental energy, right? Your belief. Lies literally sustain themselves on people's beliefs, if you want to think about them in the Jungian sense, right? As being alive, ideas, archetypes being living entities, non-physical entities. So like when we doubt the lies, like they no longer affect us. But when we doubt the truth, it's still going to be the truth. So like we're going to realize it's the truth eventually, because we're going to keep living in this world, and the truth is going to keep existing every second of every day. So that's how I see that.